Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a short little walkthrough on how to make a simplified tour of a simulated crime scene using the Kuula software, which is down here. So the first thing you would do is log into your account, and then this is my account here, and then from there you go to these three bars over here, and then go to the Create Tour section. Okay, then from here you can give your tour a name, something like test, and give it a short description if you like. And then you go to tour settings and you can change some of the settings here. So walkthrough mode allows you to orientate the images automatically. It could be useful if some of your images are sort of off kilter, if you like. And the click anywhere system allows you to move through the scene to the next 360 image without having to create a hotspot, but we won't do that for now. So you then go over the post section here and then go to select images. And it will take you to your file system on your device, and you can open up wherever you kept the images. So I've already organized my images into the 4 scenes I simulated. So we'll start with scene 1 because it's the simplest. So open it up and we'll have the 5 images here. So we'll highlight those and then click open. And then it will start to upload them. You can do, I think it said somewhere around here earlier, you can do batch uploads of 250 images at once. That'll take a while, of course. It's just a caveat of working on an online system. And even something as simple as 5 images can take, you know, around a minute or so, even sometimes if your internet is slow. So after all of them have been uploaded, there we go. You'll see this thing over here that was grayed out earlier is now gone orange. So you click post, and it will take you to the into the tour here. So if you were looking to just create a tour, a simple tour like this, just displaying all the 360 images so you can go through as you like, this is all you'd need to do. It's really that easy. And then you can see here that on the little ribbon here that all of the 360 images are in place, so you can just jump between them as you like. But if you wanted to make a more complicated things, there's some additions you can make. So to start with, we could do transition points between the 360 images at the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll make a link between this image, which is the one we're on, and this one, which is over here. So what you start with is you click the hotspot thing that was over here, and then it will take you to this screen here. You can change the image and the color of this hotspot image here. So you can change the image. We'll change it to built-in assets. We'll change it for this circle image for now, and we can change the tint. We'll change it to grey. Select, and then there's a couple of things you can do here. You can change the width and the size of them. You can change the opacity as well, but for now we won't mess with that. And you can also change the orientation of the image. You can have it as a 2D hotspot. You can have it connected to the floor like that, so it sort of orientates itself to the floor, and you can do it for the wall as well. For now, we'll stick with the floor, and we'll have it over here, which is where the other 360 image is. Make it a bit smaller as well. And then from there, you can give it an animation as well. You can give it a pulse animation, which will be demonstrated later. So from here, if you wanted to connect to the images, you would go to the Action tab, and then you would go to another post. And it will open up this menu here, which is a selection of your other 360 images. So we'll go with this one. And then we will save. And then we'll close. So now we're in the sort of tour experience, if you like. This is what a user would be seeing. So, and then from there, you can select this hotspot, and then it will take you to the other 360 image. Like that. This image is a little dark, but we won't worry about that. So this can be done all throughout the scene. You can make as many of those connections to as many 360 images as you like as well. So that's the sort of connecting veins of the tours, if you like, because it sort of strings them all together, the images. Another thing you can do if you wanted to make a more complex tour is you can create a evidence piece hotspot. So again, we go to edit, go to hotspot once more, and we'll make a evidence piece hotspot for this iPhone here. You can see at the scene. So we'll change the image again. We'll change it to a red landmark, and then change the tint again. Changes to red, and we'll change the orientation to wall, so it's more standing up, and then you would take it over to where the evidence piece is, and then you would, again, you can add an animation if you like. You can do bounce this time, so it's a bit different. If you wanted to differentiate between the transition points and the hotspot, the evidence piece hotspots. Again, you would go to action, but this time you would go to open card, and you click edit card, and then from here you can add any sort of supplementary information you like. So because it was an iPhone, we'll go with iPhone found at the scene. Could add supplementary info, yeah, something like maybe a phone number or of the phone, or you can do a contact list or any recent messages or phone calls or things like that. And then from here, you add image, which will take you to this screen here, this window. This is for your assets that you can upload to the Kuula system. I've done so previously, and I've already organized them into files based on the scenes. So again, it's scene 1, and we'll try and find the corresponding image. So because there's not many evidence piece images, we'll be right down the bottom, quite easy to find. Open it up, and there you go. You've got the evidence piece image right there. And you click save. Sometimes it takes a while, like I said, because it's on the internet. So there we go. So you would click save again to save your hotspot creation, close, back into the tour experience. And you can see here, like I said, the animation of the transition point is seen here. It's the pulse one. And if we was to reload the page, we would see the pulse one for the bounce one for this. So here we go. We can click on this hotspot, and there you go. It will show you the evidence piece image and any additional supplementary information. It doesn't have to be text. It can be audio as well if you like. If you're more of in a maybe like a pediological sense, if the students you're trying to teach were more responsive to audio information, you could add an audio section there. And if you wanted to go a bit further, you can also link to outside sources, maybe like papers and things like that, or even databases or whatever you like, really. It's quite a flexible system. Yeah, so that's really it, really. You can do this with a lot larger tours. It will take a lot more time, and this small section here, it took me about 10 minutes. But if you had a scene with maybe 100, 200 evidence piece, if you wanted to make a seriously complex tour, you could do that for something like a court presentation. You could, it would just take a lot longer. But yeah, that is the basics.